Time is up. Let's go to task B. Anyone can begin.
Let's begin our discussion. I would like to begin this discussion by saying that building and maintaining better public facilities help to increase the number of tourists to the country. For example, government should increase the number of toilets. Yes, having a good flushing systems and a good cleanliness rate. This satisfies the users, especially the tourists. In Japan, the toilets are all auto flush. We should improve to have this kind of toilets in Malaysia so that we can also be a developed country. Moreover, government also should increase the number of shelters along the roads for the tourists, because most of the tourists are from a cold country. They cannot take in the hotness here in Malaysia. So whenever they feel uncomfortable, they can take a shelter and rest at the shelter provided. In China, AI is used in tourism. For example, the tourists can just ask the robots about the location they want to go, or the maps or sort of stuff. In Malaysia, even though we cannot afford AI, we should maybe increase having the screen of maps around the roads so that the tourists can refer to where they want to go. What do you think about this?
I strongly agree. The government should build and maintain more better public facilities. Like just candidate A said that we couldn't afford AI, but we can have more maybe signboards, even though like some of the places you can't even put screens, that the gangster might go and destroy it, so you can just like put the signboards and then free maps on the bus stations, right, and airports, that is available and easy for tourists to get those things. And also from Sabah Sarawak, which is under development places, the roads have holes, and most of them are red soil. So if after heavy rain, so the roads are very how to say, like very difficult to walk on for people to walk on. They have to get those transportation like 4 wheels. So government should also provide this kind of transportation 4 wheels for the tourist convenience. And also the government can provide helicopter services instead of only aeroplanes for a better view on the site. So what's others' opinion?
I disagree with the candidate A and candidate B. It's because no one will willing to visit to a place with dangers. So improve the security in the country will make the Malaysia more attractive tourist destinations. So it's because if our Malaysians have improved the weapon of the armies, then the pirate or they will not kidnap our tourism. Besides that, if we increase the police in the tourist spot or in the airport or most people will visit places, then the gangster or the bad people won't do any crime in the places. Besides that, the government also can install the CCTV in Malaysia on around all the places, all the corners. Then they will not be do any crime at any places. Beside that, the country will okay lah. What is your point of candidacy?
Okay, I strongly disagree with you, candidate E. This is because I think that the promoting tourism through the use of information technology would make Malaysia a more attractive tourist destination. For example, in the airplane, we can place the magazine at the seat space so that the people can see. Because in the airplane, there's a lot of time, so the tourists will feel boring and they have nothing to do, so they can see the magazine and decide what place he or she want to go or visit. Okay, and furthermore, in the airport, we also can install the documentary of our tourism of our nature. For example, Air Formosa, Genting Highland, Cameron Highland, and so on. So the tourists can see and decide on themselves what place he or she want to go. Okay. Okay. Furthermore, okay. Do you agree?
I'm sorry to disagree with you because when we are before we promoting something, we must think that is that our country is safety for them to come or not. It's because one of the factor for the factories to visit other countries is the safety. They will think that he is safety or not to come to that country. So because before we should reduce our crime rate in the country by improving our standard of security of the army and the police. When the police and army are be improved in the stamina and then the weapon equipment, then our security will become strong and they will become more confident to us. For example, in the Sabah, the security is low in the Pulau Sebadan. So there will some people was kidnapped there. So when we are talking about to going Sabah, this become it kind of issue for us to think. Is we safe or not to when we are going to Sabah? So we will choose another place at our visiting spot. So it's proof that the security in a place is become important factors to attract more tourists to the country. So what do you guys think?
I agree to a point, but I feel that building and maintaining a better facility is a kind of security too. For example, roads in Sabah, Sarawak, the enforcement of LED lights gives drivers a mentally confidence than yellow light. The LED lights provides a brighter view, so it gives the driver feeling safe and confident. It's also a kind of security that we are giving to tourists. Moreover, well-maintained building, transport or other facilities such as the lift, escalator is also a kind of facility, a kind of security given to tourists. They will feel safe as all the buildings, transports are well maintained. Moreover, 6 years ago, there was a fatal accident happened due to potholes in PJ roads. I bet that we should look into these issues as public facilities has deteriorating over the years nowadays. What do you guys think?
I agree to candidate A. Actually, building and maintaining better public facilities, like in public transportations, they should get inspiration from Singapore, because Singapore is a high development country. Like they have most double-decker buses and MRT, LRT, and it is really convenient for Singaporeans to go for work, go for the school. They just can walk, even in the midnight, they just can walk there, right? And also public transportation, they can have their schedule. You just can go online and then you can just download the schedule that whether the bus is which time to which time to reach. You can stay in the bus station and then you can just look at your phone that, oh, there's a bus coming on only after 45 minutes, only it reached to this station, so you have to wait on that time. You have to reach the bus station on that time. So what's your guys' opinion?
I disagree with candidate A and candidate B. It's because if tourists have a risk of the dangers, they will not come to the countries. Like some if the tourism is backpack tourism, they won't they might willing to visit to the nature, like the woods or some places with the lack of the public facilities, because they want to feel like freedoms, or like have a lot anything lah. Then if they have a risk of attack by some people or attacked by the animals, they won't willing to visit to the places. So if the government have the security, like the rangers or like the police with protect the tourisms, then they will feel like they feel trust by visit to the country and feel more okay. So I think that it's time to come to a conclusion. I believe that improve the security in the country might make Malaysia's more attractive tourist destination. Do you guys agree?
I agree.
Okay.